Welcome back to Sold on RV Life. This is Laura, and this is a channel dedicated to real life in an RV. Today I'm going to be making some cookies. First of all, this is not just a cooking channel, but I happen to do a lot of cooking and baking in the RV, and I thought, why not share it with you? Give you one, a recipe, and two, show you how easy it is to adapt your life to living in an RV. First of all, what I wanted to talk about is this notebook right here. When we were getting ready to move, and before when we were still in our house, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to bring everything with me that I wanted. And so I have a ton of cookbooks. Now they're all packed away, and I had to decide which few I would bring with me. And so what I did is I compiled together this notebook. What I put in it are some directions. I have some sheet music in here, just that way I know where it is at in case I have a chance to tickle the ivories someplace. Anyway, and then I took these clear plastic protectors and I put in recipes and things that I didn't want to, I wanted to have with me. I also went through and made copies of a few recipes. These all came from the internet, most of these, but I took if I knew I had a cookbook that only had one recipe in it that I really liked, I made a photocopy of that. And then I put it in here, and that way I would have all of the things. And of course the internet is great for finding recipes, but if you had that one recipe that you really loved and you used all the time, in a book that maybe it only had a few in it that you used, then that's what I did. So a lot of my stuff is in here, so I could get extra. This is for scalloped potatoes, our favorite recipe for scalloped potatoes, a pizza dough recipe, pancakes, pecan pie, things that I didn't want to have to chance on the internet because it would be a little bit different from what I was used to. So I highly recommend doing something like this if you're packing and getting ready to move into an RV or store a lot of your things away. It's just a really great way to condense down what you had as far as your cookbooks are concerned. I also brought along my handy dandy recipe card box, which is a project that I brought along, which I have not finished, where I was rewriting all of my recipes on these cards and then I was laminating them. Can't tell you how many times the kids are saying, "Hey Mom, do you have that recipe for?" And luckily, even though we are in the RV, I still have them. The recipe we're going to use today, I actually found watching a cooking channel one day. I call them salted caramel chocolate chunk cookies. I got it from Valerie Bertinelli a long time ago, and this is one of our favorite cookies, and it's been a favorite of many others that I've shared them with. So to get started, we're going to put our dry ingredients together and our wet ingredients together. Let me also apologize for the air conditioner. It is going to run. It is hot. It is Texas. It's 79 degrees inside the trailer, which for me is comfortable, not so for everybody else, and I'm going to heat it up even more when I turn the oven on. All right, so we're going to try this a little bit different, see what happens. I am starting with 2 sticks of butter and 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup or half a cup of white sugar. You ever had this happen to you? I have. I love my stuff. It's old. My lid completely broke the other day, and I don't know what to do with it because I've had this for a long time. And if you know a Tupperware dealer, put your in the comments below. I would love to have that lid replaced. And I'm going to mix this together. It's nice and fluffy. Then I'm going to add eggs one at a time. teaspoon of vanilla. And in here I have 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of fine salt. And I'm going to add this in slowly. Basic recipe until now. This is where the best part comes in. Take that off. Put this aside. Now I'm going to add caramel bits. Also 1 cup of those. About 3/4 cups of that. Maybe a little extra. Gotta have a little extra. Mix it all together. Now we'll get ready to put them in the oven. Alright, so I have prepared a cookie sheet with parchment paper to keep the caramel bits from sticking to there, and I like to use a large scoop for a few of the cookies as a special treat. And I'll smash it down just a little bit, but first I have a couple of leaves on here. I can push it down just a little bit. And this is what makes these cookies stand out above the rest. And this is flake salt. So it's like flat little flakes. And I sprinkle them on top. And that's what gives it the salted caramel chocolate chunk. It's my favorite part. I try not to put too much, but then it's hard to resist. Then they're ready to go into the oven. Look at those beauties. That's the first batch. The second batch is in the oven. Oh, and there we have it. 1 batch of salted caramel chocolate chunk cookies. Very delicious. Different varieties of doneness. I think I even had it a little bit warm. And yes, the taste test was delicious. Now that's all that's left is the cleanup.